Hi, it's Sharon Sheldon here from Business Content PLR, and today I'm going to give you a sneak peek inside my new product called Simple Podcasting Secrets. It's a PLR report along with a whole bunch of checklists and other tools that'll help new podcasters get off to a fast start. Now, podcasting is a really hot topic right now. It's been around for a while, but it used to be fairly difficult to do. And now with the new tools and plugins and other equipment and free equipment out there, people can get their voice out, be the one that others are listening to on their MP3s and smartphones and driving in their cars or commuting or just kicking back and relaxing because they'd rather listen than read or watch a video. So you can help people get started with their podcasts with my newest product. So let's take a quick peek inside and look at the folder and all the content in there. So we're going to start out looking at the report that's the main part of this product. So here you can see the cover called Simple Podcasting Secrets, and you'll also get this in 3D graphic editable versions. So scroll down and you can see that there's a disclosure page that you can fill in your own website name. And then there's a table of contents with all the different topics. You can see there's an introduction. We talk about what is podcasting, so for beginners who don't really know what it is. Some topics, how to decide what to talk about, how to get prepared, how to get set up with your equipment and other things, marketing, leveraging it, monetizing it, etc. And you can see that it's all nicely formatted. So all you have to do is either use it as is and put your URL in, or go in and edit and add your own voice and maybe some extra tips from your own experience, some images, though there are a few images in here just to jazz it up. So here you can see, take a quick look down. So that's the report. And now let's go back up and see what else is in this product. So there's a whole bunch of tools and resources to help people with getting started. Starting with the checklist for creating your first podcast. You can't quite see it all here in this preview pane, but it goes through step by step and follows along with the report. So there's decide on a topic, set up your podcast website, plan your podcast, set up your tech side like your gear, recording. Now again, this is for setting up your first podcast. It's very simple after you've gotten the first one set up. So that's that checklist. Then there's a checklist for using PowerPress. That's a WordPress plugin that's very popular with podcasters, especially new podcasters who haven't done this before. But very advanced podcasters use this too. So let's scroll down and take a look. There's the different steps like just installing it. There's screenshots for each part. And you can see there's all sorts of different settings. It walks you through everything you need to do. PowerPress is just terrific. It makes it very easy for anyone using WordPress to publish and get their podcasts out there. So here's something I want to just point out to you about PowerPress. It actually creates the feeds, which is, a feed is an HTML document that you need to submit to any podcast directory, including iTunes, which has its own setup. And you can see in PowerPress that there's the iTunes page where you can actually put all the settings that are needed right there, and then PowerPress will create them for you. So that'll help your people when they're starting out. And then we also have a little document that shows how to use FeedBurner, which is another popular way to put together your podcast feed for submitting to places like iTunes. So here there's also some screenshots, including the SmartCast feature in FeedBurner, which you're going to use for creating a feed for podcasts, including the iTunes elements. Then we've got how to submit your podcast feed to the iTunes store, which is extremely simple. It's really just copying and pasting your feed URL. And there's places that you can submit your podcast. So there's iTunes and a list of other places with a few directions. And finally, there's the recommended podcasting equipment. Now this is a number of different items that other podcasters recommend. Everyone has their own preferences, but here are some of the most popular. So there's microphones, there's audio interfaces which aren't actually necessary for a beginner, but if they want to start getting fancy, here they are. And then there's some other things like digital recorders if they're not going to be recording from a PC. Pop filters for putting in front of your microphone so that you don't have that pop sound, or other mouth noises, shock mounts, boom stands, etc., etc. And that's it for the tools and resources. I've also included the screenshots from those reports so that you can use them elsewhere. And let's see, what else did I miss? The infographic. That's important. This is kind of fun because it's in 3 formats: a PDF, a PNG, and a PowerPoint. And let's take a look at the PowerPoint because that's what's really cool here. Rather than having a Photoshop file, which not everyone can use Photoshop, the graphic designer that I now have that created this infographic for me created it in PowerPoint, which makes it very easy for anyone to edit. And when I was playing around with it, you'll see that I made 2 different versions of this. I went into his file and I edited a bit just to test it out. And here you can see, let's go. Here you can see one of them, and you can see it has darker colors and lighter text. And then here is the other one, which has lighter colors and darker text. And when you want to go edit it, all you have to do is open it up, which I'm going to do now. And here I am in PowerPoint. And all you have to do is scroll down a bit. Scroll down, and say you want to edit something, just like in any PowerPoint slide, you can just highlight it and say change the text color. Say I want to change it to red. There it is, red. Boom, easy. So let's just undo that. You can you can change the images, you could put in something new, change the text at the very bottom, add in your URL, change the background, pretty much anything, and it's extra easy to do. So let's close that out. You're also going to get the chapters of the report in separate articles so that you can use them elsewhere, not just as a report. So here you'll get it in text format, and you'll also get them as separate docs. So Word documents. Again, they're all the separate chapters, so you can use them separately as articles or blog posts without having to copy and paste it and cut it from the report itself. Now, before I sign off on this, I also want to show you that you'll get the outlines of each chapter as well, which is great for giving you a bird's eye view and also for rewriting things, reorganizing, using parts of it as tweets. Lots of different ways that you might not have thought of, like if you want to put these onto slides yourself and have the bullet points. But in the upgrade version, which I'll try and give you a quick sneak look at here, this is something that you can purchase after you've purchased the main product if you want to have some extra content for doing training and webinars, videos, a little extra material for selling and promoting. So here's a quick view at that. You'll see you've got slides. And what's cool about the slides, they cover each one of the different points in the report, and you have them in separate sections so that you can do a different video if you want for each section. But here's what's neat. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to view the notes page. All right, now if we go down, you'll see that for each of the main sections we've pasted in the relevant section from the report itself. So you already have your speaker notes ready to go. All you have to do is maybe edit it to make it a little more conversational. And we've done that with all of the report in every slide. You see there's all the notes there. So let's close that out. That's what's different about the slides. And let's go back up. You'll also get a giveaway report that you can use in different ways. These are 75 tips from famous podcasters, and that's all set up with the quote from the person it comes from. You'll also get the e-covers for that report, so you can use those if you want to create squeeze pages. I use OptimizePress and WordPress. And you'll get an autoresponder series of 7 different emails that you can use to follow up after that tips report if you want to use it as a list builder and then maybe sell the main report. And finally, let's see what else we have. We've got quote images. These are great for promoting your product or just sharing on social media or following up and inspiring people. So you'll see there are 12 of them, and you can easily just add your URL in the bottom using any kind of editing software. You can use I use Snagit, you could use Paint or any other thing that'll let you put in a little URL at the bottom. Obviously you could use Photoshop. And that's pretty much everything. The last thing here is just sources, where you can learn a little bit more about podcasting if you want to go in and check out some of these URLs. We use a lot of these, and you can see from the number of them just how much research we had to do to put this together. So there's ways to create feeds, there's tutorials, statistics about podcasting, articles, all these different articles to read, places to host your podcast, etc., etc., directories, places, ways to submit your podcast, etc. So that's it. So if you scroll down, there are also screenshots from all of this product, and if you do purchase this and go on and look at the upgrade bundle, there are screenshots there. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email, and I hope you enjoy this and can get some people started podcasting.